Hey everyone, so in this tutorial series we're going to be exploring Wwise and each component of an interactive music structure within Wwise. The first component that we're going to talk about are wave files and how wave files apply to Wwise. I have some wave files here and I'm just going to look at them in twisted waves so you can see what they look like. It's just a standard wave file. Down here in the corner it tells me that it's 24-bit 48K. Wwise likes to deal with wave files only. You can't import an AIFF file or a Sound Designer 2 file. You have to deal with wave files. It will accept anything up to 96K in terms of a sampling rate, and it will accept anything either 16-bit or 24-bit files. So let's open up Wwise, and then inside of Wwise we're going to see a couple of different structures, and we're going to basically concentrate though on the wave files themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new project. I'm going to call it Wwise Demonstration. And put it on my desktop. I don't need any of these plugins, so I'm going to go ahead and select none and hit OK. Now the next screen that's going to come up deals with the license manager. If I'm working on a large game, I'm going to have to worry about a license. You only need a license if you have more than 200 assets in your project itself. So if you're dealing with a really tiny casual game, maybe you might not need a license. Go to Audiokinetic's website to find out what type of license you need. For educational use, you can just go ahead and close that up and just use it the way it is. Okay, so I want to go to my layout menu and choose interactive music. Most of these tutorials will have to do with interactive music, so I always want to switch to that correct layout when I start up. Then I can see I have a hierarchy over here, and I'm actually just going to create a segment. A segment is what wave files go into. Wave files go onto tracks, then into segments. So we'll kind of see that. When I double click my segment, you'll see out here that the segment is down below. And what I'm going to do is right click and get myself a new track. Actually, I have to right click up here and get myself a new music track. And there it is. We'll talk about tracks in the next video. Then I can pull my file in, and it imports it directly and puts it on that track. You see the green and red markers? Those are for what are called the pre and post region. Basically sets where my loop is going to trigger. So basically at the red end after the marker itself, that would be my reverb tail in my project. We're going to talk about that in a future video. Right now we're just talking about these wave files. I've just imported it onto a new music track, and I can play it if I want to. Okay, so I want to demonstrate one other thing about wave files. You can also import mono files or multi-channel files, and I'm going to quickly show that. I'm going to create another music track in my segment and import a multi-channel mix. Once I do that, you can see that I have a 5.1 mix here, and I can apply those surround settings to my project if I want to. Basically, it allows you to bring in any type of file format that you want. This is just a test file right now, but you can bring in those surround files if you need to. Generally, as a composer, you're going to be mostly bringing in stereo files, but sometimes you might want to bring in a surround file based on a surround mix that you've done. That's it for this video. In the next video, we're going to explore these things, these tracks, and how they work. Okay, see you on the other side.